हेलो गाइज, वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। तो आज हम लोग कंटिन्यू करने वाले हैं ये केस। पिछले बार हमने उस जेचन वाले बंदे को पकड़ा था, अब हमें उसको इंटरोगेट करना है। क्या पता कि वो है या नहीं, शायद से उसे फ्रेम किया है पक्का। तो हम लोग है अभी स्कॉटलैंड यार्ड में इसको इंटरोगेट करने के लिए। और मुझे कहाँ जाना है? पुलिस वाले बता ना, इधर
Mr.
बता ना।
Holmes?
हाँ, सुर में मेरा नाम ले, गवार। अच्छा, ये बताएगा, ठीक है बता।
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
तो हमें पहले एविडेंस रूम में जाना पड़ेगा। वो कहाँ पे है? शायद इस डायरेक्शन में। इधर क्या है? तो इधर यही एविडेंस रूम
These are
है।
the suspect's belongings.
ये डायरी
The
ना।
notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
फोन नंबर है किसी के?
From R. Dawson. To my friend and partner, 1883. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
तो पहले भी कुछ इस डॉसन ने क्राइम किया, मगर इसका नाम तो नेलिगन है ना।
It was used to force
शायद
the
कोई
door of
दोस्त।
Peter Carey's cabin. A handkerchief with the initials JHN.
एग्जामिन नेलिगन बिलोंगिंग कंप्लीटेड, ठीक है। तो अब इसको इंटरोगेट भी करना है ना। ये क्या है? अंदर
Locked.
जाना। इंस्पेक्टर लेस्ट्राड। इधर ये भी डोर। अच्छा, इधर ही है ये। चलो इसको इंटरोगेट करते हैं। कैरेक्टर पोर्ट्रेट बना सबसे पहले।
A few moments later.
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes, but where did you find it? I did not know. I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh no, I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan.
हाँ, मैं शेरलॉक होम्स हूँ, मैं सब कुछ ढूंढ लूंगा।
The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
रिंग्स एंग्रेविंग, आई थिंक सो, या फिर
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
वापस से आई थिंक फादर्स जैकेट, क्योंकि उसको ये अनफिट बैठ रहा है।
No, Mr.
barabar.
Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless,
इसकी
Mr. Holmes.
ऑब्जर्वेशन
It
कुछ
all
ज्यादा ही
happened
ताकतवर
exactly
नहीं
as
है.
you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please let me
deduction
go.
आया है.
I'm innocent. What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
तो आया क्यों था उस दिन? John Nelligan seems not to be usual thief. Okay. कोई डिडक्शन आया था अभी. नोटबुक ब्रेकिंग अटेम्प्ट्स. ओके. हाँ मतलब वही हो सकता है और कुछ नहीं है. लाइक उसके लिए तो आएगा.
12 seconds later.
टास्क एक्सपेरिमेंट. मैंने पढ़ा भी नहीं क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट था.
I need to
डायरेक्ट
stage a
बन गया.
reconstruction. I am sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
वो नहीं खुश होने वाला कुछ भी करके. तो वॉटसन की हमें मदद लेनी है कुछ तो एक्सपेरिमेंट के लिए. हार्पून थ्रोइंग एक्सपेरिमेंट मतलब कितनी ताकत लगती है वो हार्पून थ्रो करके एक इंसान को मारने में. वो हमें एक्सपेरिमेंट में करना है.
Much later.
तो अब हमें उस वॉटसन से बात करनी है शायद से. वॉटसन.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to
क्योंकि
defend
वो
himself?
गिर गया
It
टेबल
is
से.
possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Well, thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
वॉटसन सोच रहा
let
है
us
किस
pay a
गधे के
visit
साथ
to
में
our
रह रहा
butcher
हूँ.
friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
तो हमें
I need to take a harpoon with me.
तो हमें पहले उधर वुडमन स्लीप से वो हार्पून लेके आना पड़ा.
Much later.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
ऐसा ना हो कि वॉटसन को
Holmes,
ही उड़ा
you
दे.
should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
और द मार्क. ओके. थ्रो कैसे करेगा ये? ओके.
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
तेरे को बताऊं कितनी स्ट्रेंथ है मेरे में. तेरे को इम्पेल कर देता हूँ.
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
बेटा ये ज्यादा बोल रहा है. इसको इम्पेल कर दे हार्पून से.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
वॉटसन पीछे से हार्पून लेके इसको इम्पेल कर देगा. मगर किस गधे के साथ रह रहा हूँ. स्ट्रेंथ रिक्वायरमेंट पिन टू द वॉल। ओके, मुझे नहीं लगता कि उसने थ्रो किया कि हार्पून थ्रो करने के लिए ताकत, शायद उसका कोई क्रू मेंबर आया होगा एज अ फ्रेंड। आई थिंक सो कि इसका कोई फ्रेंड होगा। तो अब कहाँ जाना है हमें, करना क्या है अब, इसको वापस इंटरगेट करना है।
A few moments later.
हम आ गए बेकर स्ट्रीट में, तो यहाँ पे क्या करना है भाई, बताओ तो। सर्च फॉर क्या, रिंग। आई थिंक न्यूज़पेपर्स में होगा। 1883 यही तो है। डॉसन एंड नेलिगन आर बैंकक्रप्ट।
12 seconds later.
Here it is.
तो इन
Now
शॉर्ट
I begin to understand that young man's
इनकी
story,
फैमिली
but
और
I
वो
am still
डॉसन की
unclear as
फैमिली।
to what connects him with the murder.
मुझे बोलने देगा तो।
Time to ask him.
इसकी और डॉसन की फैमिली की पार्टनरशिप में कोई बैंक थी, वो बैंकरप्ट हो गए, मगर डॉसन रिटायर हो गया और सब बैंकरप्सी के लोन उस नेलिगन पे आ गए। यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है और क्लूज ही नहीं है भाई। तो शायद से हम बैंकरप्सी के बारे में उसको पूछना है। ये इधर ही बैठा रहेगा क्या जिंदगी भर?
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
मगर क्या होगा कनेक्शन? मैं वुडमन्स लिए क्यों जा रहा हूँ सबसे पहली बार? ओके, इससे कुछ तो हमें पूछना है। मैं मजाक में आया था इधर, मुझे कुछ नहीं पता था क्या करना है, बस मैं आ गया।
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
टोबैको खाते
Your
हैं,
husband's
स्मोक करते
private
हैं क्या? मुझे
papers.
नहीं पता
Do you
है।
know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
ओह, वो बॉक्स वो चोरी हो गया।
Thank you, madam.
आई थिंक सो वही बॉक्स के बारे में बात।
$1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
पीटर कैरी, चार्ल्स हेनरी, पैट्रिक कैंस एंड पाब्लो। पाब्लो कौन? इसका सरनेम बहुत हार्ड था। ये दो पी और सी से, शायद
This-
इन दोनों में से कोई तो आया
this-
होगा। और वो हार्पूनर भी है, तो फिर उनको हार्पून थ्रो करने में एक्सपीरियंस भी होगा। शायद इन दोनों में से कोई तो मर्डरर है पक्का।
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual.
अच्छा तो यार मुझे
Log
तो आगे
notes for
चलो।
July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway. See, there are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
वेट अ सेकेंड, CPR ये कुछ बोल रहा था, मैंने स्किप किया था। शायद से वो एब्रिविएशन में, आई थिंक सो, लाइक वो बुक में था ना उसके, वो जेएचएन वाली बुक में एब्रिविएशंस कुछ तो थे।
A few moments later.
आई थिंक सो एब्रिविएशन का मीनिंग वही है, इसमें CPR होना ही चाहिए। आई थिंक सो।
These are the suspects. I wonder if these are connected. Now we have the
CPR,
proof
yes.
that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
तो फिर कोई सेलर ही होगा, मतलब उसका दोस्त, क्योंकि उसको ही पता होगा ना कि उस नेलिगन के पेपर पीटर कैरी के पास है। स्टोलन वैल्यूएबल पेपर, नेलिगन्स मोटिव, नहीं मतलब आई थिंक उसके क्रू मेंबर में से कोई तो होना चाहिए। आई थिंक ओके, आई थिंक वो इनोसेंट है, मुझे अभी भी लग रहा है, क्योंकि इतना बड़ा हार्पून उससे थ्रो नहीं हो सकता। ना नॉन स्मोकर और गार्डनर का कोई सबक नहीं है। ये अभी भी इधर ही बैठा है। यस।
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
Bond certificate.
I
Yes.
assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belonged to my family, but I could not find them there.
तो पीटर
Well,
कैरी ने
I will
शायद
see
से
you soon,
नेलिगन को
young man.
मार दिया और वो बॉन्ड पेपर चुरा है। That's it. What is this? Task for Wiggins. I think मैं बेकर स्ट्रीट जाना पड़ेगा।
A few moments later.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything. And they
ये
are
बच्चे
cunning.
को
All they lack is
काम पे लगा रहे
organization.
हैं।
Our
चाइल्ड
son.
लेबर अच्छा
How
नहीं
do
है
you do
शायद।
that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
ये तो ज्यादा ही बच्चा है।
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang, he can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy! Just gotta look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
अब उसको क्या चाहिए? और एक केस? इस लेस्टर को कुछ भी जमता है क्या? तो आज के लिए बस इतने। हम ये केस अगले एपिसोड में कंटिन्यू करेंगे। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।